Okay, if you love the combination of coconut and chocolate, then you are going to fall in love with these coconut macaroons. They're soft and chewy on the inside with just the right amount of chocolate on the bottom to give them an extra flavor hit. So to start off, you want to preheat your oven to 160°C or 320°F conventional and line 2 large baking trays with parchment paper. Now you just want to set these trays aside for now, and next in a large bowl you want to combine 340 grams or 4.5 cups of unsweetened shredded coconut, 300 grams or 1 cup of sweetened condensed milk, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then using a spatula or wooden spoon, give that a good mix until the coconut is coated in the condensed milk. It may be a little hard to mix, but if you kind of just like break up the little clumps and keep mixing, it should come together. So once you're done, you should have a mixture that looks something like this. Now you just want to pop your coconut mixture aside for now, and next in a medium bowl you want to add in 4 large room temperature egg whites and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then using a hand or stand mixer on a medium speed, whip that until you reach stiff peaks, which should take about 2 to 3 minutes depending on the strength and size of your mixer. Now once the egg whites are ready, you want to add them to the coconut mixture, and using a spatula, gently fold the egg whites in until it's well combined. It should slightly lighten up the mixture, but you do just want to be careful not to unnecessarily overmix it because we don't want to deflate the egg whites too much. Okay, so once the mixture is ready, you want to grab a medium-sized spring-loaded cookie scoop that holds about 1.5 tablespoons of batter, and you want to firmly press the batter into the cookie scoop before releasing it onto your prepared baking sheet, leaving about 1.5 inch gap or so in between each macaroon. Now by firmly pushing the batter into the cookie scoop before releasing it, it's just going to make sure that the macaroons have this beautiful shape that holds together. So I've portioned out all my macaroons now. They already smell amazing and we haven't even baked them yet. And now these are going to go into our preheated oven 1 tray at a time in the middle rack of the oven for about 13 to 15 minutes, or until you just start to see signs of the top starting to lightly brown. If you gently touch the tops of the macaroons, they should also feel set. If they feel too soft or kind of breaking apart when you gently touch them, then that just means they need a little bit more baking, but it's super important not to overbake them, otherwise they're going to become, hard, which we don't want. So my macaroons are all done now. They honestly smell incredible, and now you just want to let them cool on the tray for about 10 minutes just to give them a little bit of time to firm up before carefully transferring them to a wire rack to continue to cool. You want to keep the trays with the parchment paper on them handy though, because we're going to be using them again soon. So once the macaroons come to room temperature, we are ready to dip the bottoms. So all you're going to need is about 1.5 cups or 255 grams of semi-sweet chocolate melts or wafers. I just melt mine in the microwave for 20-second bursts at a time, giving the chocolate a mix in between each burst just to make sure that the chocolate doesn't burn. And then you want to dip the bottoms of the macaroons into the melted chocolate, allowing any excess chocolate to drip off, and then placing the macaroons onto the parchment covered trays from earlier. I like to kind of twist my macaroons while coating them in the chocolate. I feel like this just gives them a nice even coating. Now if your chocolate melts or chocolate wafers are a bit thick once you've melted them, you can use a little bit of vegetable oil to thin out the chocolate, and this should make it easier to dip the macaroons into the chocolate. Now all that's left to do is to just let these set so that the chocolate hardens, which shouldn't take too long at all, and then they are ready to eat. These macaroons are honestly so incredibly delicious. They are soft and chewy on the inside, and that little bit of chocolate on the bottom just adds such a nice pop of flavor. They almost taste like Bounties. They are so, so delicious. If you love the flavor of coconut, then you are going to absolutely love these. They are so, so good. These macaroons are like perfectly cooked. They have like a really nice bite to them, but are still soft and chewy on the inside. And trust me, do not skip the chocolate. They honestly take these macaroons to another level. So that is it for today, guys. If you do decide to give these delicious macaroons a go, then please do leave a review on my blog. It really helps my content out, and I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I'll see you in the next video.